everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do a real pretty blue, it's actually in the teal and aqua colors, floral design on this green glass bottle. It's actually a Jägermeister bottle, a large one. I am going to be using Amagic paintbrushes, a number 14 flat brush, and a number 10 round brush, as well as my favorite fine liner by Westonia, which is a nail brush. I am using Happy Green, all FolkArt paints, combination of multi-surface and enamels. I'm using Thicket, Burnt Umber, Teal, Teal Topaz, Aqua, and Wicker White. Alright, so this is the bottle that I actually paint on, and when I'm done I wipe off. So I'm basically using it to give you an idea how to do this design. We are going to start with dipping one side into the Wicker White, and then I'm going to actually dip the other side into all the colors, the teal, the topaz, the teal topaz, and do a blending stroke. And as I'm painting, I will just keep adding to this color. I am going to begin by creating, partial blooms. And it's just a very, very easy design. Now you can go like this to create it and have your colors going, with the white on the exterior, or you can flip it and have the darker coming up in front if you want. So I'm basically wiggling slightly, coming up, wiggling slightly and coming back down, and wiggling slightly and coming back down on the other side. And then I'll do the same here. I'm going to keep it going in the same direction with the white on the top. And I will come down here to do the same. And it's just a very slight wiggle. And come up here, do the same. Just like that. Alright. Now we're going to do the bigger ones. I'm going to come over here. Make sure that you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, come over here, do more of a, I guess, a stronger wiggle, larger, if you want to say. Okay, so I'm going to go up, down, go back up, down, and go back up. So you get like a little bit of a tip. And I can come this way, do the same thing, and then come back down. Now sometimes I will dip that the wrong way. I will turn my brush and have the darker on the top, but I'm actually on this, I'm going just to stick with the light on the top. If I need to add more, I'll go back in and add more. The main thing is when you're painting on glass, if you're new to painting on glass, the main thing I should say is to make sure that you get good coverage. If you need a second coat, then give it a second coat. Okay? And you can hit it with, whether you hit it with a heat gun, hair dryer, whatever you need to do, like to give it some dry time before you would do another coat, you can do that, or you can literally give it some extended dry time, maybe an hour or so, and come back and do the next coat. Because I'm telling you, the thicker your paint is on, the more opaque it is, the more durability you're going to have as far as the design lasting over time. And when you're painting bottles like this, it's not as imperative to be concerned with that. However, just so that you know, if you're doing like drinking glasses and such, it's more important at that point because of the use that they get. And and, you know, needing to clean them and that type of thing. But you always want to make sure that you're just, if you do drinking glasses, that when you're cleaning them, you're treating them like fine china. Yes, they're dishwasher safe, but in order to have them last longer, it's best just to hand wash them and not use any kind of a harsh detergent on them, or scrubbing pads, that kind of thing. Just clean them nicely and put them away for the next use. If you do decide to put them in the dishwasher, please make sure that you put them on the top rack. And I know I get a lot of questions as far as if I coat my designs with anything. The answer to that is you don't have to with this paint. That's not a requirement, nor do you have any type of preparation other than cleaning the glass well and making sure that you use the rubbing alcohol to get any kind of debris off, or fingerprints, grease, grime, that kind of thing. That's important, but you don't actually have to coat them with anything unless you want to. Now, I do like to coat mine with the Mod Podge Dishwasher Safe formula. That is just for added protection. And if it's outside, then I would use the Mod Podge Ultra. I'm actually going to try on some of my, I'm making some wind chimes. I'm going to try a product that's actually a clear coat and see how that works. Now, as far as the next thing that I'm doing, I'm going to use my fine liner. I always stick it in, kind of roll it, pull it out and roll it, get some of the paint off of it. And I like to have it coated with both of the greens, just so it gives it some interest. If it doesn't get coated that nicely with the greens, then I just add more to it as I go. And hopefully you can see this. So this part, I'm just putting the touches on it to attach it to the stems. And you see that I have a mixture of the greens here. And just kind of doing some wispy kind of designs. And just pulling it. And you can make your stem thicker too, just by adding more lines. Do the same thing with the larger blooms. Just very easy. And please know, if you're new to my channel, that is the intent of my channel, is to provide very simple designs. If you're a more experienced painter, feel free to use my designs as an inspiration if you wish, and add your own touch to it. Because I know, you know, they are simplistic, I know that. But that's intentional. I just like to give people options of things to do that can be relaxing, you know, to help with stress, have a hobby. And like I said, with this hobby, you're actually creating a design, creating an item that you're giving new life to keep it out of the trash. And I think that's great. Alright, so we have our design, just our basic design here, and you can go either way, up or down. You know, you're seeing me pull it mainly down towards the stem, or you can go up just like what I was just doing. And that's mainly because I've got it heading that direction. If I turn it a little bit, it's easier for me to do the poles like that. All right, so then the next thing I'm going to do, because I always like to add some little poles like this where I just put on some leaves now, and that's basically where my leaves are going to be. They're going to be on these. They're not going to be, if you're used to following me, you know that I typically put a lot of leaves in my designs. So with this, the way I'm doing it, this is what I'm putting my leaves on. So that's it. That's all you're getting. And you're probably thinking, yay! Alright. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is place my round brush, which is the number 10, into the thicket, tip it into the happy green, and I'm going to do just some basic leaves. And these are going to be the kind like I did on my last video, where I'm touching and I'm pulling. Very simple. You can do them all down one side and then come back, turn your bottle and come back down the other side, or you can just keep doing them as you're, keep turning the bottle or whatever you need to do to create these leaves. Now, like I said, this brush is not giving me a really nice tip, which is okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And if you're okay with that, then leave it alone. And I'm just kind of rotating as I add the greens, because I don't want them to be identical as far as the colors go. Just have them look different, which I think gives them a little more interest when you do it this way. Alright, so then I'll come down to this one, and it's okay to pull them into the flowers. Actually, I think that's more of a more realistic look, because that's what happens in nature, right? Here we go. And some can be darker than others. It's all good. And you just keep adding the paint. Basically, I just dip into my paint as I'm going. Do my initial load the way I showed you, and then just keep adding paint. And I think this gives it a nice look. It's fun. Actually, I kind of discovered doing this type of design, as far as with the way I'm pulling, you know, from the stem, because typically I would be pulling towards the stem. And I got some white on here. Now, if you don't like that, you can go over it, cover it up if it's too much white for you, because it was more of an accident than intentional. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, come in here with my liner and basically do the same way I loaded it before, and then I'm going to come in here and just pull stems just real lightly into the leaves. And you can rotate this just like you do when you're adding the paint to the brush. You can make it light, dark, whatever you need to do. And I apologize, my air conditioning is starting to run, but we're almost done. This is, again, very quick and simple design. And we'll be good to go. If you have any questions or comments, please put those down below the video. I hope you will give this a try. You know, just realize too, when you're painting on glass, if you don't like it, guess what? Just rinse it off, start again. Pretty darn easy. Alright, so then the last thing I'm going to do is put in the little tendrils into the flower, and I'm just sticking the fine liner into the happy green, and then I'm just going to go to each one of these flowers and just do some light little pulls from it. But they kind of wanted, sorry, I'm a lefty, so sometimes my hand has to go in front of the design. I apologize. But just do where you think that the center would be coming from, and just pull out. Just fun, just very free. You know, they don't have to be perfect, not intended to be perfect, because I know I'm not perfect at all with the painting. I just do my thing and hope that you will too. And it's okay to have them come up over the leaves. And I like to kind of cross them so that they're not just straight. You understand what I'm talking about? Like that's just kind of straight. But then I'll come in here and do some crossovers. Either way, whatever you like, just feel free to put your own little twist to your designs. I'm just intending to give you an idea of what can be done, and you add your own twist to it. I'm going to turn this very quickly and pull these down here like that. Now the last thing I'm going to do, well, it will be done, is put my little fine liner into the burnt umber. And what I'm going to do is just come through, add some brown to the tips, just like that. And as I go, I just keep adding more paint. If you want, you can substitute this and do dots. But I'm going to stick with this. And they can be different heights. Main thing is just making sure you get your brush kind of cleaned off some so that it's not too thick with paint. And as you can see, I'm not putting any certain amount. I'm just adding as I go where I think the tips should be. You just don't have to be real precise here. It's a made-up flower. I'm going to go here, here, here. And some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. Like I said, they can be different heights. It's okay. They can be longer. Like that. And there you have it. Very easy. Alright, I hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and before you leave, if you would take a moment to share this video on your social network. It's very simple. Just hit the share button you'll find underneath the video, and it will give you the options that you have, and you'll be good to go. Alright, thanks again so much for stopping by and watching my video. I do appreciate you. Until the next time, please stay safe and healthy and have a good one.